Almost full moon, so time to do a reading about the moon, how it's going to affect you, what you can expect, right, and what you should embrace, and what you should do or could do in your love life, and just general cards as well. From left to right, it's 1 through 4. And the first set has an amethyst, and I think it's an howlite. I'm not certain. For the numbers 2 is a moonstone. You can't even see the colors. The light is so bright from my from the camera. Let's see if this works a little bit better. But anyhow, a moonstone and a rose quartz. A rose quartz and a mystery stone. I still don't know what it is. I think rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite, I'm not certain how you say that in English, and a tiger's eye and tourmalinated quartz. So 1, 2, 3, or number 4. Now before I begin, I would like to thank everyone who's been following me, subscribing and leaving wonderful comments, who's been liking, etc. I do really appreciate it. Last weekend, I think, or last week, I'm not certain anymore, I went over 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely great. I hope to get more, of course. But I'm really quite happy. And also hearing from you guys that my readings actually really resonate with you. So yeah, that's what I'm doing it for, right? And so thank you. For the numbers 1, we're getting into your reading, what you can expect with this full moon. It's on the June 28th. Over here, I'm in GMT +2, which is UTC +2. It's at 6 in the morning, 6:54 in the morning. I'm not certain if you live elsewhere, then you'd have to look it up, what time the full moon is. Or the moon is full, actually, that's how I should say it. If I still feel like it after this reading, so please stay on or click the timestamps, check the timestamps. If I feel like it, I'm going to do a moon card from my moon deck that I purchased last month or something. It's just a moon cards. And I might just do just the one card, so then you yourself can focus on a question, and then I'm going to draw one card, and then we can see if that indeed then answers your question. So you might want to check that out, even if you're number 1. You know, I will put a timestamp for that as well in the description box. That's where I put my timestamps. So check that out if you're interested in that. Right, now we're going to start number 1. I'm gonna look at what cards you have first. This is the Dark Goddess deck and the Earth Wisdom Oracle cards. And then we have Guambansek's Wrath. And we have Strength, the Strength card from the Earth Wisdom. Yeah, Earth Wisdom Oracle. Funny enough, with this I get a bit of a... well, not exactly angry, but... It's going in that direction, the energy, a bit ratty, a bit snappy, a bit like, and if that might come up now already, maybe, because we're already in the full moon energies, right? That's why I'm doing this reading before the full moon arrives, so to speak. Maybe you feel that way, and you just feel not really in a good mood. You're not feeling positive, quite easily irritated, a short temper, a bit ratty, a bit snappy, something like that. And if that is true, then it will not really do you any good. But maybe you don't know how to change it. Maybe you don't know how to change it. And I feel there is something behind that you have to let go of. Something that actually is bothering you deep down, an old pain or hurt that is coming to the surface from your subconscious that wants to be let out, something that really wants to be let out. And it almost makes me feel like crying. Maybe that's what you should do. Have a really good cry to let that out. To just release that. To release that from your system. Maybe that's how you can get out of that energy. And I really wonder if this is how you feel. Here you see a warrior and juniper, and I believe this is tiger's eye. I have to quickly check. Yes, that's tiger's eye. And this is also speaks of that when you are truly strong, that you have to first master yourself. And that you also have to remove self-destructive tendencies from your life. So, yeah, like you have to get your inner strength developed and outer strength, your inner and outer strength yourself. And yeah, that's all that this speaks of, really. This card. It always makes me feel as if he's wounded. From after something that wasn't nice, of course, like a battle, maybe, yeah, I don't know, breaking up could be that, but it could be anything, right? Because this is not specifically about love. It could be, but doesn't have to be. But it's as if he's wounded, and he's alone. He withdrew to recover, recharge the batteries. And the funny thing is, he's dropping juniper berries from his hand, almost as if he's giving them back. It's like kind of odd in that sense. To me, that always feels like letting go of whatever was bothering you. It's something that doesn't belong with you. The berries, the juniper berries that you're holding on to, that aren't serving you, that aren't healthy for you, that aren't helping you. You must let them go. Just, you know, almost like give them back to the person or situation that they do belong to. Just let them go. Release them. And then you set yourself free as well. And then you can find your inner strength again. Then you can recover. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. When it comes to relationships, love life, there's not, you know, just your love life. But you must do more. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So maybe you have a specific thing in mind, a specific person in mind. Maybe you have a list of expectations that is not really realistic. And then you must not. You must drop that. Be more open-minded, because then, if you have this specific image of what that person must be like and look like and how they are, then the right person for you cannot come in, because he might not be like that. He might be slightly different, and then he cannot come in. For instance, it's a stupid example, but it's a very clear one. As an example, to make clear what I'm going on about. If you are focusing on attracting someone with blue eyes and blonde hair, and your right partner has brown eyes and brown hair, they cannot come in, because all you're focused on and are trying to attract is someone with blue eyes and blonde hair. It's not going to work, right? And I'm not. This is an example of what I mean. Just keep an open mind. If you have, and if you often when people have unrealistic expectations, that's because of fear. Out of fear, they don't really open up, and then they feel like, if I just protect myself enough by walls and expectations and demands, and then I'm going to be safe. But actually you're not going to be safe that way, because then you're going to attract the wrong people for you, because you're too demanding. That the energy is not open, it's not loving, it's not coming from a place of love and trust, and then you actually are going to attract the wrong people for you. And then you might put up more walls and more demands and more expectations. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's what you have to change. You have to be more open-minded. And yeah, that. What you must embrace, so do more of as well in a way. Then we have Lady Venus. Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Insights are coming. She is the twin flame of Sanat Kumara. And this is about really high incoming energies. let's see, I have to quickly look in the booklet, because it speaks of seeing flickering lights or hearing high-pitched noises, and that is in signs that you are getting downloads from heaven, high energy downloads. But I don't feel it's about that. I feel it's more about the love. I feel this is more really about love. The yeah, Lady Venus is all about love, connections, and divine love. A wonderful keeper of light to call on when you are trying to forge a connection with the heavens, or finding it difficult to understand signs, symbols and guidance that are being sent to you. Yeah, it could be that maybe you are getting signs, guidance, that as you know, concerning the direction you have to go to, but that you are not getting them, because if you're really stuck in this, you're not connected. I think you have to be more intuitive, more in the heart, trusting, which is a completely different energy from all three of these, because this is more from fear. I feel this releasing for you is really important. I really feel that. Maybe you just really have a good cry, so you get more. Yeah, then you can clearly know what you want and need. Then you're more trusting. Then then you can trust again. You're far more trusting when you can do that. Then you get out of this snappy energy, and then you can let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. This will change then as well. You'll be able to keep an open mind, far more, less judgmental. I feel judgmental with this, and then you'll feel a lot better. More, you'll be able to trust. So this is all connected. This is kind of like a story that you have to do. I hope that resonates to you. Maybe you want to sit with this image, pause the video and just look at this, because just this image itself, I feel, has a very, very high energy. Even that, this color, the colors from this card, even that might be healing to you. And you might even, I don't know why, I see that all of a sudden, this crystal here on her higher heart chakra. It's almost like one of these window crystals, these feng shui window crystals, and they produce these rainbows when you hang them in the window, and the sun catches them. I believe they're called sun catchers as well sometimes. Then you get, because of these facets and prisms, you know, then you get these rainbows indoors, and rainbows do have a very high, playful, but very high energy. That might also help you to get out, you know, to deal with whatever is going on, to let go of that and to start to feel more positive and feel better. Anyhow, I'm moving on because I'm spending too much time. I hope it resonates. Please let me know. Then I'm moving on to the numbers 2. Righty, numbers 2. The ones that chose the moonstone and the rose quartz. Let's see where I have to put my cards. Okay, right. The first thing that can come up during the full moon for you, we have Erzuli, prosperity. This is speaks of, well, basically collecting things, people around you, and almost like hoarding in a way, compulsive. Yeah, the idea behind it is that you surround yourself with an awful lot of things and stuff, and also a lot of people, but that actually it's important to realize that you should be liked and loved for who you are, and not for what you have. And that starts with yourself already, because if this resonates with you, and this could come up just now during this full moon period, or maybe you begin to see this pattern in your life now during this full moon. It's also possible that maybe you've been doing this for quite some time, and now you're starting to realize, and now you have to change that. But if that rings true, then it's usually a sign that you don't really love yourself enough, that your self-esteem is not really all that good, your sense of worthiness, because then you get this drive to surround yourself by beautiful things and buy things, and also people. Of course you don't buy people, but you get my drift, I suppose, I hope. Surround yourself with interesting people and great people, and then almost as if then you also feel accepted and loved, and then you feel worthy. The thing is, if you recognize that, it can also be with just buying stuff. Having that need to buy things, and then you feel really good when it comes in, when you got it, when it's new, and you really like it. But then after a few days, that novelty is worn off, and yeah, then you feel empty on the inside again. And then, well, maybe within a few days you buy something else, or you feel like buying something else. And then you get that real buzz again, like, oh yes, this is wonderful. But after a few days, yet again, it wears off. This might be just a stupid example. That may not be completely how you function. I'm trying to give you examples of the dynamics that I'm going on about. And the dynamic in that sense is that then if you recognize that as a pattern, or maybe you recognize that coming up now, leading up to the full moon, that means that you do not really feel worthy. You should really love yourself for who you are. It's not about what you have. And it begins with yourself, feeling that you are worthy, knowing and feeling and sensing in every cell of your body that you are worthy. Now, you don't need to have stuff for that. And maybe you're really focused on external things, your clothes, and maybe you feel that if you don't have that, then you're not good enough. Not good enough. Yeah. And then we have healing. Heal yourself. Go inwards. Take some time out and heal. And I do feel you need this protection as well. Look at, if you can, you can see this tree is hollow, and that tree has a back. She's set in that hollow with her back and her bum. So then you can easily just bend over, because your backside is going to be safe. Like when people most people, if you pay attention to that, don't like to sit with a party, for instance, and there is a chair and your backside is going to be to open space. Most people don't like to sit there. Most people like to sit with their backs to the wall. Same thing with in front of a window. Most people don't like to sit with their back towards a window. It doesn't. That's primal instinct. It's not safe. It's not safe. And that really works. It really works that way. People don't like that. If there's a chair available that is in front of a wall or a cupboard, most people will sit there. So make sure that you feel safe. Withdraw within to a place where you feel safe, and also do some grounding work, right? Like this tree, as above, so below kind of thing. Do some grounding work. And take some time to yourself. Maybe you should go to water and just chill out and just feel. And again, with this, what you should do more, then this card came up, healing family issues. Again, this could really be just family issues. Maybe you have some stuff to deal with your parents still. It can be that the partner you choose is still influenced a lot by stuff from your childhood, by your parents or one of your parents. This can also be that you have to release poor self-esteem and feelings of not being worthy. And then we're back to that again, because that came up here as well. You can release that in water, you can release that in water. is very good to heal emotions, because water is all about emotions and feelings. I can sometimes, even if I drive past water, then I inhale positivity and I exhale negativity, like fear and insecurity, etc., into the water. I visualize that I exhale that into the water, and then I inhale positive energy again. But you can also go to water and dip your hand in the water and imagine that negativity, low self-esteem, etc., flows through your arm into the water, and that you're letting go of it. That works a treat. So yeah, healing can also be like a pattern. For instance, that women in your family always fall for men who aren't available, men who aren't going to commit, or women, or if it's something with women, of course, because if you're a man watching this. So there's a healing to be done, going inwards. It can be, well, likely stuff like that is going to come up during this full moon. Already likely, because we're already in the energies of the full moon. And then what you should do more of, we have Isis, magic manifesting. That's basically looking back. It is about manifesting, right? Your dreams, visions and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Also that you just look back occasionally to see where you've come from, what you have achieved, what you have done. And you know, like just for instance, look at where you were about a year ago and where you are now, and see how you have grown and how you have learned. And yeah, and this also says that you don't want to relive your own history and patterns anymore, and you also don't want to feel unsupported anymore. So in order to get to there, you have to go through this. The healing, going inwards and do the healing work. And then you will get there. But then also compliment yourself for getting there, for having done the work, for, you know, things improving. So that's your reading. Please let me know if that resonates with you. And then I'm moving on to the number 3. If you want to do the moon card, focusing on your own question and see what the card has got to say, then use the timestamp in the description box to just skip to there right away. Moving to number 3. Okay, number 3. Okie dokie. First of all, we have the Dark Goddess card, Oya. Deliverance. Oya is a... I always find it so difficult to explain that one. I can so feel it. I really, really can feel it. And then I have to put it into words. Anyhow, this basically says that you likely had a very turbulent time, something that either was painful or just unsettling, difficult, and Oya can help you to get through that chaos, out of that turbulence, right through that pain or turbulence or whatever happened to you, and then she can deliver you into the light again, into a better place again, and in that sense, she can help you to face death in all its forms. Like, death is usually not literally death, right? It can be, doesn't have to be, any change in life, huge big change that upsets us, that is really seriously, well, scary or unsettling to us in the cards, as it is also always seen as like the death card or the tower in tarot, etc., etc. So she can help you with that. So I feel that the ones who chose this have had a something difficult. They went through something difficult, or something difficult is going to come up now during the full moon period. That is also possible, because it is a reading for the full moon. But it can be that something has been going on, has been lingering in your system for a longer time. Can both be the case, can be different for everyone. And now you get the practical intuition card. It's time to deal with that, to let go, go inward, clean up negative energy, clear it out, let go of it, and then basically use her energy to do that, because she can help you get through that turmoil. And this is finding your balance again, the double spiral here on the stone. Right, it's about practical inner balance. It's about finding your balance, and this labyrinth To me, a labyrinth is always about going inwards, a journey inwards to, well, inwards, right? Find things and stuff. And the plants, it got overgrown by these plants. It's Vinca major, nice plant, but it just goes everywhere if you don't tend to it. And it's gone everywhere, right? It's overgrown your inner world, so you have to, even though the flowers are pretty, you do not want it overgrown just like that. You want, so you have to tend to that. You have to tend to your inner world. So, and you see all these thingies rise up from it. You can clearly see that. That's supposed to be lapis lazuli. But I see that as cleaning. Well, no, you have to clean the clutter. So you have to go inwards, take some time to get rid of negative energy, limiting beliefs, negative energy, etc., etc. I feel it's not even all that difficult for you, because you are, like, the woman is older, and so meaning she has a lot of wisdom, she has a lot of experience, she knows how to do this, she can do it real fast, and I don't feel this is difficult for you. This is not difficult at all for you. You can easily do that. You just have to take a bit of time to do it. And then these thingies rising up from that, I feel that is actually your intuition and your wisdom coming out. You're setting yourself free by clearing that clutter from your inner world, releasing the stuff that has... it's almost like weeds that grew there, and because you weren't tending to it, that could happen. Now you have to go there, just do a bit of pruning, maybe do a ritual, maybe some saging, and get rid of it. And then you set your aspects of yourself free. Wisdom and intuition is going to be freed up again. That's these thingies that are coming free. And I feel for you, you have to do that during this full moon period, because the moon is full in this card. You have to really do that during this full moon period. And Spirit is going to be there for you to help you with that, and to make that releasing easier. Somehow this stone circle, because it seems to be lit up from the inside out, it's come alive. So spirits are there for you during this full moon period. You can really easily connect during this time to get this done, to clear that clutter. So that's what you have to do. And concerning your love life, what must you do more? Express your love. You have to express yourself more. Maybe you tend to be more closed off, a bit afraid of showing your feelings or showing who you truly are. Maybe having difficulty being vulnerable, open, soft, approachable, etc., etc. Don't do that. Just be more. Just trust. From the heart, not from the ego. Don't act from the ego. Don't feel and think and act from the ego, because the ego usually just limits us. The ego is usually just afraid. It's afraid, it's hurt in the past, and it's not the best of advisors most of the time. So try to be more into your heart space. And just do that. It doesn't mean to say that you, if you're in a relationship, you must do this. The advice is to do this in a relationship. If you're single and you're looking for love, then it's a message that it's time to go out there again a bit more, start dating, start a bit flirting, but also within friendships, show yourself, show your true self. And if you're not looking, then you also should do this, because this is not just about romantic love, but it's also, if you're from the heart, you're also like that with your friends and your family and just people you see in the streets or in shops, in the supermarket, etc. Just be warm and nice and loving, a warm-hearted person. And again, that is what you should do more, on what you should embrace. This card. Then we get another very feminine energy card. So it doesn't matter if you're a man watching this or a woman. This is not about being a woman, this is about the feminine energy. Feminine energy is about being from the heart, being warm, being loving, being, expressing yourself, and men have that too. Men need that as well. Men have also got an inner feminine side, like women have an inner masculine side, right? And this is very much about this feminine energy of just being open and showing yourself, being loving, and especially within relationship, because that's what this says: experience relationship harmony and healing. That's what Radha, she is actually also Shakti, a representation of Shakti, is about healing things that have to do with relationship. And that doesn't mean to say that you are in a relationship, just things to do with relationships and love that might be hurt, that might need healing. And that's because she herself, as Shakti, had been separated from her twin flame, Krishna. And so she knows the pain of being separated and losing a lover, etc., etc. And that's why she can bring great healing concerning relationships and your love life. And also, the message from this is that a relationship will not make you whole. It doesn't fill a void. You shouldn't want a relationship to fill a void. You have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself, and then you start attracting other people. So that's the first requirement, basically, if you want a healthy relationship, if you want to find love, that wonderful love, which really connects with that card again. You love yourself and dare to be authentic and true. And yeah, so I hope this resonates with you. Please let me know. If you want the other card, the moon card, use the timestamp at the bottom. Then I'm quickly moving on to number 4. Thank you for watching. Number 3. Well, let's move on. I'm quickly running out of time. Numbers 4. For the numbers 4, we have Gaia and we have Prosperity, and I'm showing you these two in one go. Gaia is basically, it's creation, and we have the Prosperity card again with the full moon. Gaia is this card is the dark aspect, right? This is from the Dark Goddess oracle card. It says that you create your own reality. You create what your thoughts and actions basically exude. And I feel that ties in with this card. That's why I'm showing them in one go. Because this says that when you have a scarcity mindset, then the natural tendency is to hold on to stuff even more because we're afraid to lose everything. And that is exactly the wrong thing to do, because prosperity and abundance has to flow, and in that way you create more of it. When you're in fear and you hold on to it, you create blocks, and then more abundance and prosperity cannot come in. Goes for love exactly the same way, right? It just goes for everything. And so it has to flow. So you mustn't be in a scarcity mindset. You should try to open up and to just let it flow. Whether it's love, money, success, anything, let it flow. And that's what she says as well, because you create your own reality. If you are afraid and hold on to things, then that is exactly what you will manifest in your life. This is about the power to either create or destroy. And that all hinges on your own thoughts and words and actions, because those are what you attract, right? You create your own reality. So these completely connect with one another. And it could be that these things just come up now around the full moon. Maybe it's not a pattern that you're having. Maybe it's just now around the full moon that you suddenly have an experience or a situation where you get into this scarcity mindset concerning something and feel afraid. I actually feel for most of you that is the case because of that full moon. Don't think this is usually your pattern. It's just something that comes up now. A fear of losing something or someone, or not having enoughness, that stuff. And then what you should do more of, that's concerning your love life. We get the past life relationship card. You have known each other before, and then, well, since it is what you should do more of, I think maybe there is some still some unfinished business with someone that you have to take care of, because then otherwise it will keep affecting you in your love life. So maybe you have to forgive someone still. It can also be that you have to accept that if you have come across a person who is a soulmate, and that's not the same as a twin flame, okay? Soulmate is not a twin flame. You know, when someone is a soulmate, most relationships are actually soulmates. Then you must accept that not every soulmate will become a life partner. Sometimes they are just in our life for a brief period of time to teach us something, and you teach them, you help them. It's mutual, it's right? Goes both ways. And maybe that's what you're struggling with, that you are trying to hold on to someone in your love life, or try to get back with an ex or whatever because it felt so good, and you felt that you were soulmates. But not every soulmate is meant to stay in your life even, and let alone be a become a life partner, a romantic partner. That might actually have to do with these two cards as well. Yeah, so I feel that that is what this card is saying in this reading. And then we have what you should embrace, and that's also basically concerning your love life. We have Dwight Cool. Remember that you are on your path, and take one step at a time to happiness. And this is just basically knowing that everything is unfolding exactly the way it should, and you are on the right track still. You haven't lost anything. You're on the right path. So don't be afraid that you lost something or someone that you shouldn't have lost, and that something's wrong and that you're not on your path anymore. You are. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should be for you. Even though it might not seem that way, even though you might be hurting over something. I feel these people, if you chose 4, you are hurting over love, someone, the love connection. But then just know, embrace that. Know that it's exactly the way it should be. If a person left your life, that was meant to be. Then someone else, someone better is waiting for you, is going to come. Also says that you have to be patient, because it's one step at the time to happiness, right? So be patient. Right, now I'm going to shuffle. I hope this resonates. Please let me know. Please let me know. I really want to know. Then I'm going to shuffle the moon card, see for one card to come out for everyone. So just focus on a question you want an answer to. I'm just going to do the one card. Oh, there we have one card already. Right, it just came out. I hadn't even shuffled, it just flew out right away. So I have the card. Focus on a question that you want answered, and I'll read out the text from this card. It's something you have to sit with and think about, because it can be about anything. Some people might have a question about money, others about work, others about love. So I cannot translate that for everyone. It's for you to sit with this and to think about. That's what these cards do anyway. It's about, it's working personal growth, actually, these cards. So the card I've got is the Moon of the Longest Night, and it's the door to a new beginning. If you want to if you close one door, another one opens. Which door or doors do you wish to close in the, now or soon? Get rid of a habit that or a pattern that is not really desired or helping you, or change it. Change that habit or pattern. So that's the message of this card for you to think about. So which door, if you close a door, another one opens. That's the statement. Then which door or doors do you wish to close? Or maybe should you close and aren't doing? Abandon or get rid of a habit or pattern that isn't desired, that isn't serving you, or change that pattern or habit. That's the advice. But the thing to think about, to really think about, is which doors do you wish to close? And I feel for most it's actually, or for many, it's like, which door or doors should you actually close? So that's it. For the full moon energies, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back again really soon. If you want a personal reading from me, then email me. My email address is in the description box as well. Well, there's the dust struck. Exactly right timing to now let go of the dust and the clutter and to end this reading. Thank you for watching. And again, a personal reading, email me, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.